Have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and just feel off? Like your body's moving slower than usual, your mind's a little foggy, and it's taking everything in you just to get going? If you're nodding your head, you're not alone. And if you're over 70, those kinds of mornings might be happening more often than you'd like. But here's the truth. How you start your morning can set the tone for your entire day. And surprisingly, there are a few common habits that could be doing you more harm than good. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to help you feel stronger, sharper, and more energized every day. Because the reality is, small mistakes we don't even realize we're making in the morning can snowball into bigger issues over time. Things like fatigue, dizziness, digestion problems, even falls. But the good news? These habits are easy to fix once you know what to look out for. Let's talk about the first one, getting out of bed too fast. I know it sounds harmless. We wake up, hear the birds chirping, or maybe the dog whining for breakfast, and our instinct is to get up and start the day. But here's what most people don't realize. After a full night of lying down, your blood pressure drops, and your body is in a state of rest. When you suddenly swing your legs out and stand up without giving your body time to adjust, it can trigger something called orthostatic hypotension, that sudden dizziness or head rush you feel when you rise too quickly. For younger people, it's often nothing. But as we get older, the risks increase. That quick head rush can turn into a fall. And we know how dangerous a fall can be, especially past 70. One wrong step can lead to a fractured hip, months of recovery, and a serious hit to your independence. So what should you do instead? Take your time. When you wake up, sit on the edge of your bed for a minute. Wiggle your toes, rotate your ankles, take a few deep breaths. Let your body catch up with your mind. Then, when you feel steady, you stand. It takes less than a minute, and it could protect you from a serious injury. Now, once you're up and moving, there's something else that often gets skipped: hydration. It's easy to forget, especially when it's not hot outside or you don't feel particularly thirsty. But overnight, your body becomes mildly dehydrated. You're breathing, your body's repairing, and you're not drinking any water for 6 to 8 hours. And then, what do most people reach for first? Coffee. Or maybe tea. And while those aren't bad in moderation, they're both diuretics, which means they can dehydrate you even more. The problem is, dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst. It can feel like fatigue, brain fog, joint stiffness, or even irritability. And if you're dealing with any medications that affect your kidneys, heart, or blood pressure, starting your day dehydrated can make your body work even harder. So here's a gentle shift. Make water your first drink of the day, just a small glass, room temperature or with a little lemon if you like. It wakes up your digestion, helps your brain feel clearer, and jump-starts your metabolism. Think of it as oiling the engine before you drive the car. One woman I spoke with told me she started her mornings with half a glass of water before anything else, before her pills, before her coffee, before breakfast. She said it helped her joint stiffness dramatically. It didn't cure everything overnight, of course, but she felt looser, more mobile. And her energy picked up too. And speaking of breakfast, that brings us to the next quiet little mistake that can sneak up on you: skipping it entirely. For some folks, especially those who don't feel hungry right away, it's easy to think, I'll eat later. But after 70, your body needs consistent fuel more than ever. You're not just eating to stay full, you're eating to maintain muscle, regulate blood sugar, and keep your brain sharp. Going too long without food in the morning can lead to low energy, shakiness, or even confusion. And if you're someone taking medications that require food, it can throw your whole day off. The key here isn't to force a big breakfast, but to start small and make it count. A boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, some Greek yogurt with berries, anything that gives your body protein, fiber, and healthy fats to carry you through the morning. You'd be amazed how different you feel with just a little nourishment first thing. More alert, less sluggish, and with steadier energy that doesn't crash mid-morning. Now that we've looked at how you get out of bed, how you hydrate, and how you fuel your body, you might already be seeing a pattern. The morning isn't just a routine, it's a foundation. And when that foundation is shaky, everything else wobbles. But when it's strong, everything else becomes easier. Your mood, your energy, your focus, it all improves. Now let's talk about something that seems harmless, but can slowly chip away at your physical health and overall well-being: staying sedentary for too long after waking up. It's something we don't always think about. You wake up, maybe scroll through your phone, turn on the news, sit down to drink your coffee, and before you know it, an hour has passed and your body hasn't really moved. Here's the thing: after 70, your circulation doesn't work quite the same way it did at 40. Your muscles and joints need gentle movement to stay lubricated and functional. And your heart needs a little nudge to get the blood flowing efficiently. When you stay still too long in the morning, your body doesn't get that message, and that sluggish start can make you feel stiff, tired, or even a little down as the day goes on. You don't need a full workout to make a difference. In fact, pushing yourself too hard right away can backfire. But gentle movement, that's gold. A slow walk around the house, reaching up toward the ceiling, circling your arms, or gently stretching your legs. Even 5 minutes of light movement in the morning can improve flexibility, help balance, and spark that inner energy you've been missing. One gentleman I spoke with had a habit of sitting for almost 2 hours each morning, reading the newspaper, watching TV, drinking coffee. When he added just 10 minutes of light stretching and deep breathing before sitting down, his back pain reduced noticeably within a week. He didn't change anything else. That's the power of simple movement done consistently. Another woman started dancing to one song each morning while she made her tea. Nothing fancy, just moving her hips and arms, swaying to music she loved. And she said it completely changed how she felt the rest of the day: lighter, happier, more mobile. It's not about the intensity. It's about telling your body, hey, it's time to wake up and live. And while we're on the subject of starting the day strong, there's one more habit I want to gently bring to your attention: reaching for negativity first thing in the morning. It might not sound like a dangerous mistake in the traditional sense, but what you put into your mind in those first 30 minutes after waking up can shape your mindset, your stress levels, and even your decision-making for the entire day. For many people, the first thing they do is turn on the news or scroll through social media. And let's be honest, most of what you see or hear isn't exactly uplifting. Political arguments, bad headlines, heartbreaking stories, they all flood your system with stress before you've even had breakfast. Now, I'm not saying to ignore the world or bury your head in the sand, but you have a choice in how you enter the day. That fragile window, right after you wake up, is when your brain is most open, most suggestible. If you feed it stress, chaos, or conflict, it reacts with anxiety and tension. But if you feed it peace, calm, or intention, it reacts with clarity and confidence. One small shift that makes a big difference? Try starting your morning with something positive. Read a few pages from an inspiring book. Listen to soft music. Step outside and feel the sunlight on your face for a moment. Breathe in the morning air. Or simply say out loud one thing you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Just choose to start with calm instead of chaos. One man I know began each morning by reading one handwritten affirmation he kept by his bedside. Something simple like, "Today I will move with purpose and ease." It grounded him, reminded him of who he wanted to be that day. And over time, he said his anxiety reduced and his days felt more manageable. That kind of mindset shift doesn't just affect your mood, it influences your memory, your focus, your ability to respond to challenges instead of react to them. A calm morning can lead to a clear mind. And a clear mind, that's where real health begins. So if you're waking up and immediately filling your mind with worry, comparison, or tension, it might be time to ask, is this helping me live better? If not, you have the power to change it, one morning at a time. There's something deeply powerful about taking control of how you start your day. It sends a message not just to your body, but to your soul, that your health matters, that your peace matters, that you are still choosing to live with intention, no matter your age. Now imagine if your mornings began with a little stillness, a little movement, a little nourishment, and a little positivity. Just think of how different the rest of the day might feel. The conversations you have, the way you walk, the choices you make, it all builds on that first hour. And by avoiding these sneaky morning mistakes, you're not just improving your day. You're building a life that supports your energy, your independence, and your joy. You know, the beautiful thing about aging isn't just the wisdom we gather, it's the freedom we gain to shape our days more intentionally. No more rushing to beat traffic or juggle a dozen responsibilities before 8 a.m. Now, you get to choose how your day begins. And the small shifts we've talked about, standing up slowly, hydrating, nourishing your body, getting gentle movement, and feeding your mind with positivity, aren't just nice ideas. They're powerful acts of self-respect. They're quiet ways of telling yourself, I matter. My health matters. My peace matters. And the truth is, most people don't realize how these subtle morning mistakes stack up over time. One skipped breakfast won't throw everything off. One morning of sitting too long or checking the news right away won't break you. But done daily, these habits can wear you down. They can make you feel older than you are. And that's the part that's so unnecessary, because you deserve to feel energized, clear-headed, and in control of your day, every day. I met a woman a few months ago. She's 78, full of sass and stories. She told me she used to wake up feeling miserable. Her joints ached, her head felt cloudy, and she was convinced it was just part of getting old. But then, almost by accident, she started changing her mornings. She stopped grabbing her phone right away and sat in silence for a bit instead. She began sipping warm lemon water before her coffee. She started moving her body with 5 minutes of stretching while the kettle boiled. She told me that within a week she felt 5 years younger, not because she reversed time, but because she finally started her mornings with intention instead of autopilot. She said, "For the first time in years, I don't dread the day anymore. I welcome it." That's what this is about. It's not about chasing youth or pretending we're still 30. It's about claiming the power you still have to feel your best, to move with purpose, and to approach each day like it's a gift, because it is. You have so much life still ahead of you. And these small shifts, avoiding those common mistakes and replacing them with smarter habits, are the stepping stones to a stronger, steadier, more peaceful version of yourself. Maybe this is the reminder you didn't know you needed. Maybe you've been telling yourself that slowing down is just how it goes. But let me tell you, aging doesn't mean losing control. It doesn't mean giving up on feeling good or being vibrant or staying sharp. You are still capable of growth, still worthy of health, and still full of life. And if even one of the morning habits we talked about today resonated with you, then let that be your starting point. Don't try to change everything overnight. Just pick one. Stand up more slowly, drink that glass of water, eat something small before you take your pills. Choose calm over chaos. Let it be easy, and let it be gentle. Because when you start your day from a place of intention and care, your entire body responds. Your joints loosen, your mind clears, your energy rises, and most importantly, you begin to trust yourself again. That's what this is really about. Remembering that you're not stuck, you're not too late, and you're not alone. You are still writing your story, and it's a beautiful one. Now, if this video helped you in any way, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment and share what part of your morning routine you're going to change, or what tip you're most excited to try. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If you enjoyed this and want more videos that support your health, wellness, and happiness after 60, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe. We've got so many more uplifting and practical videos coming your way. Also, if you'd like some helpful tools to support your morning routine, things that can help with hydration, joint comfort, or daily wellness, I've added a few affiliate links down in the description. They're products I trust, and every click helps support the channel so we can keep making content just like this. And finally, don't go just yet. The next video on the screen is packed with even more tips to help you feel better, move better, and live better. Click it now and keep that momentum going. Here's to mornings that lift you up and to living your best life, one peaceful day at a time. You've got this.